Hey, what's up, everybody? We are getting a lot of questions right now, and I bet even you are wondering, is the housing market going to crash? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to get started right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Mark Hubert with the My Front Range Living team, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. We are a team of full-time real estate agents here in Colorado Springs, and I get it. Obviously, a real estate agent talking about the housing market looking to crash, maybe it sounds a little odd or one-sided. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about that because if you're thinking about buying a house, you are very, very worried right now. Is the bubble going to pop? Because we've seen a lot of stuff go over asking, well above normal value. And that's a reasonable question. So if you've been following the Colorado Springs housing market, or really anywhere in the nation, you understand that we are in some crazy, crazy times. And especially after the last year, I don't want to talk about unprecedented by any stretch of the imagination. But the reality of it is we are in a really odd time. And I like to call it the perfect storm. Here's why I call it the perfect storm as we talk about the housing market looking to crash. So in 2007, 8, and 9, new home construction took a bath, right? They had a lot of homes that they were already building in that original boom, and then they just sat and they couldn't sell them and they took a bath. So a lot of brand new home builders quit building houses unless they had a contract on a house and they could hold the earnest money from those people who were buying it if something happened. So builders just quit building altogether after 7, 8, and 9 unless there was a contract. Well, here's the downside to that. Organically, we just got older, right? Our kids got older. Example, we have an 18-year-old now, and he's looking to rent or he's looking to buy or whatever. So people in that age group just had kiddos who got older. So now they're in their 20s. On top of immigration, just normal immigration, people coming to America to start their lives. Well, our population is growing on a regular basis. Builders quit building, so we only have the homes that were there originally. That doesn't add up, okay? So that's one part of it. The second thing is it doesn't matter if you're looking to buy or you're looking to rent. This is not a buy versus rent conversation. This is a housing issue. There just aren't houses. It doesn't matter if you're going to rent. If you're going to rent, that's fine. You still have to have a house to rent. So we're in this space where the economy has been great for a really long time, and interest rates have remained low. And so that's why we talk about this perfect storm. People now have that capital and those resources and the creditworthiness to go out to go and purchase a home. And interest rates are so very reasonable right now that money's much more affordable than it has been in decades past. So you have this perfect storm of super low inventory, a lot of people looking, and from a financial standpoint, it just makes sense to buy right now. So this is not like 2007, 8, and 9. We talked a little bit about the builders taking a bath in 7, 8, and 9, and here's the primary difference. In 7, 8, and 9, we were looking at the fact that banks were just handing out money probably to some people that didn't need that mortgage, right? It was not the right mortgage for them, and people just took it. And of course got upside down as values decreased. So the difference now is you have to qualify for the mortgage. Banks are not nearly as loose as they were with money in 7, 8, and 9, and it's a little more stringent. In fact, we've seen that the rental market is just as difficult to get into. They have really strict policies to get into rentals, same as mortgages. It takes just as much to qualify for either one. So that's a thing to keep an eye on. So that's a primary difference. On top of the fact that paying off your debt in that last decade has become chic. More and more people are looking to get rid of the debt. They don't want the debt. So even though they may qualify for more, and we see this a lot right now, where lenders are saying, hey, you can actually qualify for this. Buyers are saying, no, I would rather be patient and wait and get something that makes sense, okay? So on top of that, like we said, we were talking about interest rates. I would suggest the one thing that's going to stop this train from rolling at the pace that it's currently rolling is mortgage interest rates have to go up. That's my guess. That's what I think is going to stop the train from rolling as fast as it is. Interest rates have to go up. Buying a home is going to have to get more expensive in order to regulate this market. The downside to that is, especially recently, we've seen inflation start to tick up just a little bit. Prices on goods, services, I mean, we've seen gas, we've seen lumber, all of those things are getting more expensive. So there goes inflation. So the Fed really isn't looking to move interest rates that much while inflation is looking to tick up. And surprisingly, the economy is doing still very, very well, even through all the volatility of the last year. So interest rates stay. I don't see the market moving that much. Here's what I will say if you're looking for a little bit of relief in this market. Let's say that the market stabilizes. I don't think it's going to crash. I really don't think it's going to crash like it did 7, 8, and 9. I think it's going to stabilize. I think it's going to level out a little bit, and we're not going to see that 17 to 20% value increase year over year. I think that stands to reason. That's not sustainable. The downside is none of us simply know how long it's not sustainable for. So here's what I would suggest. A value increase going from 17 to 20% year over year, it goes back to 3 to 6, which is where it was for years between 7, 8, and 9 and 2020. And then all of a sudden everything took off. So even if everything pops, the bubble pops or the crashes or something like that, it goes back to just 3% to 6% value increase year over year, as opposed to the 17 to 20% that we're seeing right now. Look, the reality of it is it the right time to buy? That is a subjective call, and it's entirely up to you. There are so many factors that go into that. Like I said, this is just one man's opinion on where the housing market is going, if it's going to crash, if the bubble's going to pop. I don't see it. Like we've talked about some of the foreclosures, if they're going to hit once they allow foreclosures to happen and banks to move in on that property. Here's the primary difference that I see. Number one, forbearance. I don't know of too many people that took advantage of it. Maybe you do. But even if the forbearance is lifted and banks can go in and they can foreclose, it's not like 7, 8, and 9 where people just say, hey, take it. I get rid of the burden of having the bank on my back and the mortgage goes away. Now they're throwing away tens of thousands of dollars in equity. So it's a big difference. They're probably going to try and sell once that forbearance is lifted to get that equity that's in their house. Their house is simply worth far more than what they owe on it. That's just how the market is. So I do believe that there will be forbearances. I do believe that there will be foreclosures. I just don't think it will be to the degree that's going to have enough impact on the market to bump up our, I'm blanking right now. It's not going to be enough to bump up our inventory to make that much of a difference because people are going to want to pull that equity out of their house and move on. Hey, again, this is up to you. Talk with your agent. If you have questions, give us a call. We're happy to help any way that we can here in Colorado Springs. But the reality of it is that's what I'm seeing in the market. That's just what's happening in the world around us. And no one really knows when or how long this current market is sustainable. So just be cautious, make wise investments on your behalf, and do what's best for your circumstances. Hey, as always, we hope you found value in the video today. We're putting out content every single week to help you make Colorado Springs feel like home. Hey, I realize that this is a super controversial subject. We would love to get your comments. We'd love to get your feedback. We know that it's different for everybody in different parts of the country, and we'd like to see what's going on in your neck of the woods. If you are thinking about moving to Colorado Springs and you would like our free relocation guide download, you can go down below in the description of the video, click on that. That is yours for free. Once again, I am Mark Hubert with the My Front Range Living Team, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. Thanks so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. No, and now what? Dude, this. Oh, yeah. We are putting out content every single week to help you make Colorado Springs like home. Feel like, oh boy, I butchered the out of that.